Should the United States teach more languages earlier in their children's school career?
Put on your thinking caps because we're hosting another game show. The topic, Baby Us. Play along with us to see if you can guess the host from their baby picture.
Spring break is finally here. Find out what the hosts have planned right now on The College Voice.
Hello and welcome to the College Voice. How is everyone doing today?
Tired.
Tired?
Tired.
Well, at least we have a full week of spring break coming
Yes.
up.
Yeah. So the weather's super groggy, making me like tired.
Hopefully the weather's actually nice for spring break.
Yeah.
I hope so too.
Me too.
Because it's been rainy and just foggy the past couple of days.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
been super gross. I want a nice like spring break where I can be outside and be with my dog and do some fun things, you know?
But I mean, at least like the weather's sort of starting to get warmer. Rather
Yeah.
than just
Yeah,
like a
that's for
cold
sure.
20. So I mean,
Thank goodness.
so I think that's a
It's
win.
not snowing.
It's
exactly.
not snowing.
Well, speaking of a break from school, throwback to high school when everyone here had to take the ACT test to get into college. But I think we should discuss, is this really necessary? Should standardized tests measure out actual knowledge? So many scholarships, getting into schools, and other things were based on this ACT score. What do you guys think? I hated the ACT.
I did not like the ACT. I didn't score bad on it. Like, it was an average score, but like, compared to my brothers, they got like really high scores, like in the 30s, I'm pretty sure. It's out of like 36, right?
36, yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure, obviously that shows you how little I know about this ACT, but they all got like higher scores than me. I got like a low, like a 24, which is not a bad score, but like.
I don't do well on any
do well
type
on
of tests like that. So I took it 3 times, and my first one was obviously the worst one. But like, I feel like you can't study for that.
That is not
Yeah.
something you can study for.
It is very, very hard to study for unless you have like your teacher gives you, our teachers gave us like this website that was like loaded with practice questions, and they basically just told us to drill those for like an entire week beforehand.
Yeah, I can't do that. I
Yeah.
can't study as it is, let alone for something so dumb.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
It's just, do you guys think it should be based, like your college experience?
I feel like most people have this like assumption, like, oh yeah, ACT scores, like you know, they have this prediction that like this is like, yeah, like this is like a category of smartness. But I feel like ACT scores aren't based on like the level of how smart you are. It's based on like, you know, just an average score overall. So I mean, it feels kind of like not necessary sometimes because it's like categorizing you almost. Like, oh yeah, this is like your level of like how well you know the subject. Here's your average. I mean, it feels like you're being categorized into like, you know, a level of smartness almost.
Yeah, I do not like him at all because I don't think it's anything about like how smart you are. It's about how well you can take a test. It's not about if you know the knowledge. It's about like it's your skills on taking a test, not your skills on like knowing the like material, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't, I don't think it should be required because not everyone goes to college. And it's really used for college admissions and all that. And just the fact that not everyone goes to college is, why is everyone taking
Do
it?
you feel like colleges should base like your like getting into the school off of that though?
No, I feel like I'm pretty sure most schools give you an option, like you can do your ACT score or like something else, I forget-
SAT,
or
but
like
what's the
SAT, but like
difference?
what's
Yeah.
the difference?
I think it should be based on what you did in high school, your GPA from high school, and like what you were involved in and doing.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, because I was like super involved. I mean, I didn't get the best ACT score, but I was really involved. I had good grades. I had a good GPA. I just did not do well on the ACT.
That's how I was.
So like that's why I was like, if they looked at like, and I know they say they look at other factors, but do they really?
Yeah,
you know?
because they don't have time for that.
Yeah, I was like, because I like the honor, like we have the honors college here, and you have to have like a certain ACT to even get into there.
Yeah.
And like so many scholarships and stuff, like we were saying, were given based off of the ACT. You know.
How many times did you guys take it?
Twice. The first time I took it, I got a 21, which was not my best score. I looked at the paper that they give you, like at the end, it was like 21. Oh, I can do better than that. And then the second time, I got like a 25. And when I learned like, oh, this is what my sister got, and I was like, I bragged to her about it for like a week, like, ha, I got the better score. But I mean, honestly, that's just what me and my sister did. We just made fun of each other like half the time. So I mean,
I took it twice. The first time I got a 19. And then I took it the second time and I got a 24. And I was like, good enough for me.
This is gonna make me sound like such a try hard, but I took it once and I got a 29.
Oh my
so-
gosh, that's good.
Sorry.
No.
How do you feel about like the time, like being timed? Like, you know how it's like, oh, you have this much time. You can't have a calculator. You can't, wait, you can have
No,
a
you
calculator.
can't.
On
Those
certain sections.
that's for the math section.
Yeah.
The science section, I think, is a bit of a.
I don't know.
They do not give you nearly enough time.
I can't really talk on this, so because I have like accommodations, so I actually got double the time. So it like that's why I was like, I don't know. I just sat there all day taking that
Yeah.
test.
I mean, most of the time I think I finish before the time, but also in the back of my head knowing that there's a timer counting down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now that we discussed the ACT being mandatory, what do we think about learning languages in school? Should that be mandatory? Go ahead.
Around the world, many countries begin teaching students English or other foreign languages from as early on as 5 years old. Here in America, that practice is not so common, and some schools do not even offer foreign language classes, let alone require them. Do you think American public schools should require students to learn a foreign language from an early age? Why or why not? Let's discuss. What do we think?
Well, I mean, my teachers, like from high school, like it was a required course. You had to take one language for like 3 years, and then once you took it, you had enough credits to graduate. But in terms of like what I think that yeah, you should be able to take it because around the world, many people speak different languages. Obviously, I mean, learning that language or like having a head start on that language is a good way to like communicate more efficiently rather than just going in and it just sort of walking in blind. So I mean, I feel that having a language be required in school is a good thing because it gets you that head start. Yeah. So
I think doing it, mine was also required 2 years in high school, but like I know nothing. Like especially like starting off that old as well. Like I can remember Sayama and that's about it.
I agree.
So I think if it is going to be required, then they need to do it earlier because, like, I don't remember anything. It was so hard for me to learn that late, like, going in. Like,
Yeah.
I was just memorizing stuff.
Yeah.
I wasn't even, like,
actually
understanding.
Speaking
So
language.
I think if you start off earlier and you continue that, then, like, you could actually be good, and I'd probably still remember.
From my one semester as a child psychology major, you actually learn, like you are more able to, like it's easier for you to learn a language younger than it is as when you get older. So like those kids that are in like Rosetta now, like those like the first grade, second grade, third graders, they're actively learning and they're gonna grow up and be able to actually speak that language. While, cause like that's when your mind is still learning and changing and stuff. Like not that ours isn't. It's just it's easier for us to learn when we're younger. So I feel like we should be learning them when we're younger. Definitely because like Joe said, we're gonna be like with how it's going. We're gonna need to know how to say like speak in other languages, even if it's just for traveling reasons or business reasons, like all sort of types of things.
Yeah.
You know.
I always wish that I learned languages earlier in life. It's a lot harder to try and learn something when you've already lived so much of your life only speaking one language. And in high school, just 2 or 1 year of drilling vocabulary and grammar, it's not effective. I took German in high school. I don't remember most of it. I could say my name. My nama is Shayna, but that's about it.
Wait, is it Nama?
Yeah.
And then
Oh.
Spanish is Llama? That's
Hola,
crazy.
mi amo.
Me llamo es
Yeah.
Jose.
Wow, we're really showing. Yeah, I took Spanish for 2 years, and I know how to say my name and a few other
I feel like at
phrases.
this point, like from taking 2 years in high school, I feel like Google Translate is better than what I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and with the technology they're coming out with today, they have like those translators that you can like speak into, and then it will speak for you and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
which is like kind of like I feel like we should still be learning those languages,
Yep.
but there's still like ways to do it without, you know?
But you might as well like not even waste the time in high school if
Yeah.
you're not gonna teach it younger and continue. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're just gonna require 2 years in high school, I'm sorry, but they're not gonna remember it. So like
Yeah.
you might
Yeah.
as well not even teach us how to use the translators then.
Yeah, I remember-
Honestly.
I was like my junior year in high school when I was like, oh, guess I'm going to Spanish 1 now. And I was like, it was like not even something, because I took a lot of AP classes. This was like I'll just, it's easy. I'll memorize like what I have to do. And like, it's not something I actively like tried hard in.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, it's not like a class I like really was like, oh, let me study for that. I'm like, I'm just going to memorize the words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, taking like I took mine 8th grade, like so it's like really early. Whereas like you could take it in high school, like you take Spanish 1 in high school, or you can take it like really early, based on your like level of language arts. But I mean, it was really fun being able to like recognize that language. Honestly, I mean, I still know some stuff, obviously, like because it's sort of been formed into my dialect almost. It's like I sometimes say I sometimes say just in normal conversation sometimes. I mean, for example, me llamo es Jose, ¿cuántos años tienes?
Yes, how old I was.
Yes, ¿cuántos años tienes?
I don't know. Which 20?
Me and my German over here are just like,
I don't know. That shows
Yes.
you.
Sente?
Sente
That shows you how much. I only know how to count to 10.
Exactly.
Say my name.
18.
9.
9.
No.
Wrong. Yeah.
I thought you were saying the number 9.
Me
I was
too.
No,
like-
it means no in German.
if it was like, what language do you think? Like, should they get a choice in like the language they learn, or do you think there's like one language that's like more
It should be a choice.
a choice?
Yeah, because I mean,
Yeah.
obviously. But I mean, well, it's fair to say that we learned a lot about whether schools should require us to take a language or not. But after the break, we'll take a dive deep into the past and learn who's who with a game and some pictures of our younger selves. Stay tuned.
Thank you, dear. Well, you're very supple, just like I was at your age. Back then, I was a sex expert. Used to call me the buttered biscuit. I know about birth control, too. So you can ask me anything, baby.
Bedsider.org has birth control information and a lot more. And it's
Have you had sex in this car yet?
Jimmy can't sing,
And Tommy can't dance.
so we're gonna put some ants in their pants.
Kids will spend 22 minutes watching us, the super duper party troopers, sing about ants in their pants.
Isn't that funny? Ants in their pants, they got ants in their pants, they've got ants in their pants.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
You know our faces, our names, and who we are now, but would you be able to figure out what the cast and crew of the College Voice looks like when they were younger? Let's put the cast to the test and see if they can name the person to the picture. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Here we go.
So yeah, there's gonna be some pictures. You're gonna try and guess who it is.
This is gonna be fun.
Yeah, same thing. We have some graphics. There we go.
Oh.
Oh.
I actually don't. Is that you?
No, that's not me. Is that
That's Ryan.
Hayden?
Oh, that's Hayden. That's Hayden. Yep.
I
Hayden.
can see it.
Hayden.
Final answer, Hayden?
Hayden. What's your answer?
I don't know. It kind of looks like Joe.
No, I can't. I don't think that's me.
You could be
I don't think.
You
no.
could be lying though.
Exactly. I mean,
Hayden.
Hayden. Oh.
What?
Shayna.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Wow.
that really threw me for a loop.
That threw me for a loop too.
Wow.
Well, who is this?
Oh.
I thought that was you.
No, I think. Oh God.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
Anna. I don't know.
I think that is Anna.
Does it have to be someone who's here right now?
No, this
Okay.
is not.
No.
Could be
Anybody who sent a
anyone.
picture.
Yeah.
So you're saying it could be Shane?
It could.
I vote
Maybe.
Shayna.
I say it's Anna.
Anna.
I was trying to throw you guys off, but I couldn't.
You tried.
I can't see.
It's right there.
Oh, it's behind us.
That's Neek.
Yeah, it's Neek. I think it's Neek.
Neek.
Neek. Final answer.
Final
Nick.
answers?
We all got it.
Okay. So wait, how many
I'll
points
say
do
who's
you have?
doing-
I have
2.
1. How many points do you have? 1.
I got.
Oh, that's so
I got
Ryan.
you and.
That's so Ryan.
Really? That's you.
No, that's not
No,
me.
that's Hayden.
No, that's not me.
That's
is
Hayden.
Joe.
That is not me. I think that's
Hayden.
Ryan.
That's Joe.
The mouth. It's
Joe.
Hayden.
No, that's not me.
Joe.
Hayden.
That's not me.
Joe.
Hayden.
Final answer.
Joe.
I say it's Ryan.
Hayden.
Oh, it wasn't me.
You're so confident too.
You were really confident in your answer. I was like, that's not me.
That's Taylor.
I think that's Taylor. Yeah.
I think so too.
Taylor.
I think we all
Taylor.
think it's Taylor.
So final answer, all Taylor.
Taylor.
Yes.
You're correct.
That's Joe.
Okay. No, that's
Joe.
Ryan. That's Ryan.
Joe.
Joe.
That's not me.
Yes, it is.
I feel like you're saying that with every
That's
picture.
Joe. Yeah, you
You-
say no every time we say your name.
You're like, no, that's not me.
Joe.
Yeah, and you got it wrong every single time.
Well, now
You can't get it wrong every time.
Joe.
I say it's Ryan.
Joe.
What?
I
Are you kidding me?
knew it! Trust me, mine is so obvious.
The next time it will be Joe.
Yeah, that's me.
Who is that?
Who
That's
is that?
Shane. That's Shane.
Some
He looks like he's about to kill someone.
Michael Myers?
Shane, I guess.
That's-
Yeah,
that's
it's Shane, because I don't know who else it would be.
Knew it!
Interesting.
Oh, that's.
Aw.
I think.
That's Alencia.
Yeah, that's
Valencia.
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 Final
You can
answer.
see it in the eyes, Alencia.
That one's the easiest.
Yeah.
Alencia.
Alencia.
final
Valencia.
answers. Good job.
Point.
I'll say quick check-in. What are you guys
updates.
at point-wise?
I think I'm at 3.
Oh, we were supposed to count?
Yeah. That's Joe. That's Joe.
I think that's me.
Joe.
That's an old picture.
That is an old picture,
Do
actually.
you not have any baby pictures?
No, because I couldn't find any.
Yeah, you're like a whole child in that.
I am.
That's not a
Where were
baby.
you?
I was at a city diner, and I was with my parents, and I like did the.
Why?
Cause I don't know, I was bored. My parents had like gotten like their first like iPhone, and my mom like took a picture of it, and it was funny.
I mean, it's a cute picture.
No, it's an awesome picture.
You look like you're
It's
having
an
a good
awesome
time.
picture.
Yeah.
Wow.
I
could've seen
wonder
that
what gave
coming.
it away.
He, I think Joe won.
I think
I'm
Joe.
at 4.
I think I'm not gonna count the me, so I think I'm at 6.
I'm either at 5. I think I'm at 5.
Oh,
I think
you
So
won.
it sounds like Joe's our winner.
I'm gonna get.
Congratulations.
I'm gonna get a very angry text from my mom.
Why?
Because I didn't use a baby picture.
I guess he really wasn't kidding.
Well, now that we talked about baby us, let's talk about who raised us. Shayna, take it away.
Thanks, Ryan. Most likely, the effects of people's parenting style and choices are shown through the actions, behaviors, and mannerisms of their children. Or maybe not. Hosts, do you believe that a good parent makes a good child? Or is there more to it than simply that? And more importantly, when a child causes trouble, who is at fault? The child or the parent? What do we think, guys?
This is really hard, and I feel like it differs in different situations too.
Yeah.
But little movement real
Sorry, let me
quick.
sneak in.
Moving the desk.
I was trying not to, there was a dog.
I think it just differs with different situations. So like, I don't think the parent's always to blame, and I don't think the child's always to blame.
That's true. But I mean, I feel like if the child makes a mistake, it's up to the child to not only like learn the mistake and to like not replicate the same mistake again. So it's a bit of both, honestly.
But I do think it starts when you're young. So
Yeah.
I would say up to 2 or 3 years old, I would say it's probably more on the parent, and then up, it's probably gonna start becoming more of the kid.
Yeah, I feel like as when you're younger, if you make a mistake, it's the parent's job to like kind of teach you and be like, that's not right and here's why. But after a while, if the parents are like teaching them and everything, and say it's up to the children, like, but obviously that's saying like if the parents are teaching them, not everybody's going to. So I think it's definitely a scenario, like based off of the scenario, like how the parents and all that.
I think it depends on what the parent has taught the child up to the point where they did the bad thing. You can't reprimand someone for something that they don't know. And yeah, I think punishing for something that you didn't know is definitely a bad move. But then if you go into the whole nature versus nurture thing, no matter how good of a parent you are, there's always a chance that something from the outside world could affect your child and make them not grow up the way you want them to. So I think you have to watch out for that and say, okay, if this happens to you, this is how you respond.
I think it also depends on like if the parents aren't like raising the kid or teaching them these lessons, and the parents say they're misbehaving, whatever you want to consider that, the kid will pick up on that. Like,
I really think we as like humans are always learning and always kind of like improving. So I feel like every mistake is a learning opportunity, really. And like, I don't think people should be like, I mean, obviously some mistakes, you know, should be punishable. You shouldn't be, but like, I feel like we should always be like learning and like trying to like educate people on like why what they did wasn't right. And like, so that way they can go out of the situation learning and maybe hopefully don't do it again, you know?
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, whenever I did something wrong, it was obviously a lot like my parents would be like, no, don't do that. Don't do that again. And then it'd be like a learning mistake. And it's like, yeah, I mean, obviously taking the experience that I have from that and then just like putting it into the other situation, I was like, okay, don't do this. Don't do this. But I mean, it was also like the parent, like my mom had to tell me, don't do this, or my dad had to tell me, don't do this. And it was like, it's because of them that like you learn that these actions are okay, these actions are not okay. So I mean, it really comes up to like that in general.
yeah.
Although sometimes my parents taught me things like when they yelled at me and saying that they were going to get pulled over because I had the lights on in the car.
My
like,
mom did that too.
And I know it's like just a way, but like sometimes they like would teach you things that, or like try and like make like an ingrain things in your brain that when I told other people, they're like, what do you mean? That's not like, you could do that. Like, I was like,
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. Like, there are different tactics and different ways that parents decide to do things, and I think that should be a choice. There shouldn't be one right way to do something.
There is no one way to parent or teach people, you know?
sure.
Yeah.
Like, everybody has their own styles, and I don't know, maybe psychologically speaking, or like there's been studies to prove one's better or anything like that, but I think it's just kind of depends on the person and how they want to go about raising their kid, you know?
Yeah.
And going back to like the psychological, not every kid is going to behave the
Yeah.
same way or learn the same way. I watch a lot of true crime, and yeah, not all kids behave the same way.
That's very true. Well, that wraps up our very existential discussion about parenting and the moral dilemmas that surround them. After the break, our hosts will be discussing their spring break plans. Stay tuned.
To Maddie. Congrats on paying off all those student loans.
Finally, right?
How'd you manage that anyway?
I started tracking my spending, changed a couple of habits.
Wow. I'm kind of living paycheck to paycheck right now.
I don't even know how I'm doing it.
Well, have you tried saving a little?
I want to, but where's that money gonna come from? Bill collectors, they're the worst. Am I right?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
Not home.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Here at Kent State, spring break is finally upon us. Our cast couldn't be more excited as we share our plans for this week off. Whether it be a vacation, a special event, or just a mental detox, we all have something to look forward to. What are our plans, guys?
So unfortunately, I actually I have a job here on campus, and I work Sunday, so I'm planning on driving home to Cincinnati Monday morning at 8 a.m., bright and early. I'm kind of scared, but I'm gonna go home and spend some time with my family. We're celebrating my birthday early because I won't be home for my birthday. So we're going out to a nice little dinner, seeing a musical. I'm kind of excited about that. It's Mamma Mia. So
That's my favorite.
I know, I'm really excited about it. But we're celebrating my birthday early, and I get to see my family, so I'm really excited.
Oh, that sounds really fun.
What are you doing?
I'm going home. I'm going home.
Are you gonna sleep in?
No, I'm going home. I'm going home tonight.
What?
I'm going home tonight after a bunch of stuff wraps up with TV2, and I'm just gonna go home. In fact, yeah, I see you smiling over there.
Why?
Because Anthony is the one who drives me home.
Oh.
I have to be driven home. You're welcome. Thanks. Thank you, Anthony.
Shout out.
Oh, appreciation.
I am getting on a plane in the morning and going to Florida for the week, and it's much needed. But I'm like thinking this is probably like, because I'm graduating, so this is probably like my last vacation before like actually having a job.
Being an adult.
So
A real adult.
so this is gonna be like my last student vacation, I guess. So, what are you doing?
I'm going home early tomorrow morning, and my little brother's high school is doing their musical right now, so I'm gonna go see him.
What musical?
Ooh.
It's The Drowsy Chaperone. It's like in the 1920s and all that.
How old is he?
He is a sophomore.
Oh, okay.
He's 16.
I don't know why I was thinking like second grade.
Yeah, too. I was
did
imagining
say-
like a 5th grader.
I did say little brother, so it gives the indication, but no, he's also like 6'4" too, and he's 16, so.
6'4".
Does
Wow.
he have a big role?
Yeah, I think he's one of the leads. He's been sending me pictures of him in like a chef hat and like, so.
Well, that will be interesting.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see it.
Do you guys like, okay, this is just a random question. Do you like going like somewhere warm over the summer, over the winter, over like the spring, like vacation? What's your favorite time for a vacation?
So my grandparents, I forget what they call them, like birds or whatever, but whenever it gets cold here, they have a place in Florida they go to, and that's when I would always go down to Florida and visit them because they have a house, but they only go during winter. But I do like a good vacation. We're doing a summer vacation, like a family vacation. We haven't done one since COVID kind of hit. We used to go every summer, like as our family, my brothers, my parents, all that. And so we're going to our first like family vacation in a couple years over summer. So we're really excited for that. But yeah.
I feel like summer is obviously the most common, but I do think like winter is overrated because like it's like cold here or underrated.
Underrated, yeah.
Underrated.
If I can escape the cold, I would.
Yeah,
for sure.
Ohio is I don't even know how to describe it, honestly.
Unpredictable.
More experimental. Because, it'll be hot one minute and then it's cold the next minute. It's like, oh, I'm in Ohio, aren't I? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I might be in Ohio.
Not in Ohio anymore.
I've only been on like vacations and trips in the summer, but this fall I'm actually hoping to go on one, so I'll keep you guys posted of how a fall vacation works out.
Where do you think you're going?
My best friend got deployed to South Korea, so I might be visiting him.
Wow.
Well, that's all we have for you today. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, The College Voice, and to follow us on Instagram at thecollegevoice_KSU. But TV2 is not finished yet. Stick around for an upcoming episode of Kent Core tonight at 9 p.m. And for all your local news, stay tuned for your TV2 newscast at 6 p.m. We'll see you all next week.
Welcome to my block party. Glad you can make it. I can do this all day. Your moves are just gay.
Using gay to mean dumb or stupid, not cool. Not in my house, not anywhere. It's not creative, it's offensive to gay people, and you're better than that.
I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. Through a nationwide network of